past 12 on the clock. My name is Joyce. Today to be worthy of note and quite, I would say we have I find both conversations compelling. I find one specifically interesting. Our first hour, I think we should look into the lessons you have learned through the last pandemic, COVID. I'm curious to find out what you've learned about it. Well, plus, this was supposed to be a conversation probably I don't know. I had desired to make a conversation out of this 3 weeks ago. And I'm so glad that last week in the news was reported that AstraZeneca has been withdrawn globally. Hold your breaths, all right? First, I want to really get what you may have realized, learned, observed during the last pandemic. I'm going to give about 20, 30 minutes for that conversation, and then I'm going to share with you what I have by way of reporting and data. In fact, I think that the data is so much that I can only just share with you excerpts of it if you're particularly curious as to... Well, first of all, I hope you're curious over anything. But then I think the world requires that you do not lose curiosity. And what happens with that is that you can go research stuff for yourself. You can learn how to analyze stuff. You can learn how to interrogate things. You can learn how to dissect things. And you can tell the news from garbage. You understand? All right, so first we're going to go into that. And I want to share with you why AstraZeneca. By the way, you can even just Google it. And then somewhere beneath that is maybe me attempting to highlight how global news is reported. I think there are ways that news is reported that can influence you, direct your judgment, or totally just lie to you. Hopefully I can do that today. And then after that, ASU threatened strike. I think we should do the COVID conversation first because I fear that it might take much of our time, something I'm hoping and willing to give if I can afford to. And then after that, we'll go to ASU threatening strike again. And of course, the reasons for it and how you think that could affect education in Nigeria for the billionth time. Desmond will be here at 2:30. In person today. So you want to look forward to your time with him on radio as he reminds you once again of your duty to nature. And I guess maybe indirectly he also means your duty to yourself because you're part human, part nature. This information you can use. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. And by way of an announcement,
yeah, there is something out there that you must know. If you're somebody who if you're somebody out there who loves to laugh, then Kelly Blind has something for you. Something in the way of a comedy show. Yes, Kelly Blind, the Unusual, the testimony and edition. This one is happening on the 16th of May at 6 o'clock in the evening. It's going to be a lot of comedians and musicians out there to make you laugh as well as dance. We're talking about people like Clint the Drunk, MC Shakara, MC Danfo, FaZe, African China, the Golden Oldies, Freddie the Comedian, Short Family, and many others. Now, the venue will be Swiss International Hotel, Plot 4 and 5, VGC 8D VGC Lekki Aja, Lagos. You can get your tickets at www.ariatickets.com and Ebano Supermarkets.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria Info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now, launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it. Oh, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Hey ladies, you remember what happened to me last year? How can we ever forget that when 4 men proposed to you?
Yes, so Kayode, Emeka, Kingsley, and even Muhammad. In fact, I was asking God when.
Good. Now here is is the gist. Another dating party is coming. A large gathering of singles in Nigeria, and I believe that it is your time to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right. I said I didn't tell you. Date is Sunday,
26th of May.
2024. Time is 4 p.m. The dress code is all white. To register, visit www.intimacyclinic.org/upcoming event or call 0818-457-5377. If you are single and you want to mingle, don't just miss this for anything. It's gonna be loud. For sponsorship, call 0818-457-5377. Let's go there.
Now we're back on the Morning Crossfire.
We're back, 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side, and yep. We have information that you can use, and welcome. 27 minutes past 12 on the clock. My name's Joyce. It's worthy of note today, beautiful Wednesday. To you, and if you have just tuned in, welcome to the sunny side. My name's Joyce, and yes, David.
Yeah, it is sunny with comedy, because Kelly Blind's Entertainment is bringing to you a proper comedy show this May. Yes, it'll be happening on the 16th of May at 6 o'clock in the evening. Now you're going to be having a lot of comedians there as well as musicians. I'm talking guys like Glenn the Drunk, MC Shakara, MC Damfu, FaZe, Kulumenta, African China, Fred the Comedian, Short Family, and many others. Now the venue is the Swiss International at plot 4 and 5 Road 8D VGC Lekki Aja Lagos. You can get your tickets at www.ariatickets.com. Aria is spelled ARIATICKETS.com and all Ebano supermarkets. Make sure you get your inquiries at the number 0806 081 0852 or 0805 478 6071. This event is packaged by Ziki Media Concepts.
All right. .3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side, 0700 993 993 993 and 0465 7190. And I'm asking you the question, and I'm going to be opening up the telephone lines for that. I don't know. It's going to be a conversation, at least I'm hoping it would be, but I'm going to be listening a lot more to what you may have learned from the last pandemic. Well, first of all, there's another promise that there would be another one. So if you haven't been paying attention, maybe this is your opportunity to pay attention. Well, the last one should have taught something, revealed something, shown you something, afforded you an opportunity to learn something. So I would love to know what it is you may have picked up from the last pandemic. And then after 20 minutes, I'd like to share with you what I have. And God help me, because it looks like a lot now. But just before we get into it, David has more to say?
Yeah, May is the month of children. And while Joyce may hold it to be worthy or not, I consider it that May is the month of children. And if you're a child out there, tell your parents.
It's a subjective fact.
What subjective?
You said it's a fact. I think it's subjective, a fact.
I can live with that. I can actually live with that. I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, it's subjective, of course. Yes, I hold it to be a fact. Nobody else does. Nobody has to. Now, if you're a child out there, or you're a parent out there,
How many kids would you want to have?
3.
3.
Yeah, it's a magic number, 3. In case I lose one.
Your kids may not be so magical. I don't know why you're doing that.
I don't care. I'm not magical, so why would I want my? You are the one who wants
fair.
magical children, even though you're not magical yourself.
Are you telling me, or are you asking me?
I'm telling you, I'm not asking you. I don't. You said it on this show that you want magical children, even though you are not one yourself.
No, I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I didn't say that.
What did you say, Joyce?
I would like for you to further your thought.
I'm not going to further I'm actually only going to further this hype. Not my thought. Anyways, if you're a child or a parent out there, then you should be looking towards this. Yes, the 27th of May is upon us. Yes, not very far from now. And the place to be is number 10 Lai Yusuf Crescent off Admiralty Way, Lekki. Lekki Phase 1 inside Lagos for matched fun, games, activities, and surprises. I'm talking surprises and activities like face painting, treasure hunts, dancing chairs, all that good stuff that children and their parents would like to be involved with. I'm talking about us making this Children's Day a very, very memorable one. There's something for everyone. See, the happiness is going to be contagious and memories will be crafted. So you do not want to be told, you want to experience it for yourself. Come one, come all. Ladies and gentlemen, as we make this Children's Day one to remember. Fun Factory is where every child's dream goes to come alive, and every day is an adventure in adventure. So come one, come all, come and have a Children's Day of your lifetime on the 27th of May 2024. Tell your parents, tell your kids.
Only one station gives you great talk every day.
Once you have money, to have influence and power, you can rule in Nigeria. The Supreme Court said that one old man came to testify because the old man cannot lie, that they gave him judgment. This man will embezzle the money. This is a military man. I can't even prove the NMPC the way it will be CPS. Better to say, I will come out to Nigeria. Please support me. Let's how we will work together. I am stop defending him.
I am not.
I'm defending him a lot.
If your ministers don't work, vote them out of office. If the governors don't work, vote them out of office. Well, I'm hoping that you can educate yourself enough.
I think a black man is caught.
No, don't say that.
We are suffering from post-traumatic disorder. We're traumatized.
How do you say that the world is survival of the fittest?
Hear the news and your views, and we'll tell you what's new.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Talk.
Look, I'm going to end up playing a lot of classical pieces today because I have a little glitch in the studio, and I'm almost grateful for it. Okay, let's begin our conversation this afternoon. Welcome to Sunny Side. My name's Joyce. 38 minutes past 12 on the clock. What have you learned from the last experience? What did you hear? What did you observe? What did you sense? What did you feel? Come on now, let's get into it. My name's Joyce. You're on the Sunny Side. We hold it to be worthy of note. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here.
Hello.
We're Nigeria Info.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for calling.
Good afternoon. This is Memnon from First Start.
Good.
So, I will say a total of three things. I'll say the first is that the truth is 20% what they tell you and 80% what you need to discover.
Are you assuming or are you telling me? Like that's what you've...
I'm not assuming.
Okay,
I'm
good.
telling you. Then the second thing I'll say is there are a few good men. Then
Okay.
the third is that I will say that after how many decades, the greatest tragedy in Africa is that we are still liquidity.
Oh, look. No. You're bouncing around. I'm speaking of COVID.
No, what I
What did
mean,
you... Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean, let me start like bringing out. Like what I mean, for example, like in the case of the first point, almost everything, not just COVID, even Russia and Ukraine war, even this stuff happening in Palestine, the person that has the most power will try to make himself look good. And if you don't dig, you fall victim to saying things from only
You're
one
being
side.
sketchy. I want you to narrow it down. What did you observe about COVID? Just so that anybody who's listening can really just follow the tail of the conversation.
During COVID, it was almost like there was an intentional drive to make people move in a certain way and to make people feel like, oh, if you are not moving this certain way, then there's something is wrong with you and you're an enemy of humanity.
All right. So that's pretty much what you got. But what about the whole scope of trying to save the world, vaccinate people, and prevent them from dying?
Yeah. The second one is, I also say, on the terms of, like, let me say, responsibility. What I mean by responsibility, I think in doing this issue with COVID, they have this ideology, you cause a problem. Instead of addressing the source of the problem, you now want to still profit off the source of the problem. And you not
welcome
even
to
want
capitalism.
people, that are not even involved. Even self, in fact, me and Desmond will fight this evening. I want to tell Desmond something. You saw last year when we were listening, like, for example, the numbers for car makers. Number one was Toyota. The biggest player making electric vehicles was not number 3, was not number 5, was not even number 7, it was number 9, BYD. In China, for example, they were like, they are sick of electric vehicles. In fact, it's oversaturated. But when they will come to Africa and they'll try to sell it to you that it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Okay. Well, thank you. You hold your breath. I have information. By the way, can anyone... Well, thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate your input. If you're listening, can you just Google up real quick why AstraZeneca has been withdrawn globally? I think you're going to need that piece of information. And thanks to Nigeria Info, you're hearing it first. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to
My name
you.
is Emmanuel.
Welcome,
Calling from
Emmanuel.
Accra.
Thank you very much for calling.
COVID-19 opened my eyes.
What did you see?
First, I saw that without church, you can still connect to your God.
Okay.
Secondly, so many of us are orphans to our religious leader, not their children, as we dare call them Papa, Mama, Father in the Lord. Thirdly, Africans are still under captivity in the hands of the white. Fourthly, we don't have power, even small, to compare to any African leaders. See, they manipulate us even up to date. And you don't join the bandwagon because people are doing things doesn't make it right. Now, so many people took that vaccine called AstraZeneca.
Well, there were plenty things that came in, but
So many people took
AstraZeneca
that
was one of
vaccine.
it. Yeah.
So now they are withdrawing this vaccine from the market. What will happen to those people?
Well, they go home and say a prayer. That's what they can do.
Okay, you well done. Lastly, we are beggy country. We beg a lot. We always want help from other countries that will never benefit us. They send things to us. We don't ask questions why. Why is it that they send medicines to us into this country and never want you to question them? Then lastly, before I drop the phone down, that people are doing things that everybody are doing doesn't make that thing right. So be wise. Always ask questions when they throw things to you. Even if you have to eat food in your friend's house, ask questions. There's nothing wrong with questions.
All right. Thank you very
so
much for
sir.
calling. Then maybe if you're listening to the Sunny Side this afternoon on Nigeria Info, you should be asking, why is AstraZeneca, the vaccine, being withdrawn globally? The Sunny Side, my name's Joyce. His name is Hans Zimmer, Time. The theme for the movie Inception. That's what you're listening to on the background. Hello, the Sunny Side. Good afternoon to you. My name's Joyce. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Amadou. It's been a while I've been able to call in. So what I've learned, plenty of things,
Let's get
but
to it.
I would just narrow it down to the fact that, at the end of the day, it's a reminder that anything you do can affect everybody else. So that narrative of this is my business, mind your business, that is not my business, does not come in. Like, why would, quote and unquote, someone sneeze in, well, according to WHO, China, and I'm covering my nose here in Africa?
Yeah.
Why would somebody, eat whatever they ate according to them, or formulate something in the lab according to some other sources, or rumor has it? And I'm the one affected here. I'm the one who has to cover my nose. I'm the one who doesn't have to go out. I'm the one. So that idea, and we also think that, this is the world of technology. What you do does not affect me. Well, it crossed from across continents. The whole world was affected.
So you're saying that if one person, so hold on, I think from what you are saying, because we were told that if we don't get vaccinated, we would affect those who were neighbors, friends who could, I don't know, be unwell to some degree. So we needed to get vaccinated in order to preserve our community of friends and family. Is that what you're agreeing with? Is that what you're saying? Are you agreeing with that?
No, I don't. I'm not agreeing. It's like a manipulation of the truth.
Oh, you sounded like you agreed with it. Okay. It's not a problem if you agree.
It's a manipulation. It's a manipulation of the truth that what you do affects the other person.
In some sense, it does.
Them now telling me that, okay, because it's like, when I say manipulation of the truth, it's like saying that, because everybody,
we get it,
quote and unquote, everybody is having sex, for example. So if other people don't have sex, it's going to affect those that are having sex.
All right. Okay.
You see how that is ridiculous, right? So it's a manipulation of the truth, yes.
Okay.
But anything negative you do can affect someone else. But when you now say that someone's how a person protects themselves is going to affect someone else, like it's a little,
all right,
it's
got
a manipulation there.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate. Thank you. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the Sunny Side. My name's Joyce. If you have just tuned in, well, welcome to the conversation this afternoon. I'm trying to mop up social opinion on what you may have learned from the last pandemic, because there's news for you. My name's Joyce. Hello. Good afternoon to you if you're on Skype.
Hey, Joyce.
Good afternoon. Welcome. How are you? Tell us your name, where you're calling from, what you got to say.
Oh, okay. So, my name is OC, calling from Canada. Sorry, I'm in the office. I just had to excuse myself.
All right,
okay.
Great.
I think COVID was, it actually opened my eyes as well.
Too.
And as well as so many people.
Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
I'm in Canada.
Good. So I guess your experience may be different?
Yes. Ours was like more like, so it felt like control, like, it's a particular group of people trying to, direct, tell you what to do, direct your life, basically control.
Okay.
And while it may not have worked like the way they had wanted it, but I feel like this COVID was like, it's like a simulation for what is to come.
Okay.
So yeah, they've learned the lessons and seen the flaws. But my belief is, the next time it would be like in a larger scale, and we probably wouldn't have this little bit of freedom we have or we had.
Yeah.
during the last time.
Now, they
Yeah.
insist that they were trying to save the world. The whole idea of the pandemic was to get people vaccinated in order to prevent them from either getting hospitalized due to ailments or even
Yeah.
dying. So you want to
Another thing I
oppose
was gonna
that?
say.
Yeah.
Another thing I was gonna say is, this last, I mean, for 2020, 2021, 2022, we saw that even those in authority, those who entrust with power, we saw the highest height of deception. Right before our eyes. Yeah, deception. So and I think lastly, again, I don't know, but not all churches, but in my own case, we were privileged to know what was going on real time, and we had access to information, so we're pretty much okay. But being in Canada had one of the greatest hits in terms of like the controls, the measures, the laws, the rules, and all of that. So
I think Australia was
really
worse. Australia was the most locked down country on record. It was insane being in Australia that year.
Yeah, I think we felt it because we're just neighbors to the United States, and then we saw them living their lives. But we're still having these restrictions here and there. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate. So welcome. If you have just tuned in, I'm getting you on your last I don't know, horrific experience with COVID. You may have learned or understood about that pandemic, because I've got news for you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce. Good afternoon to you. You on the sunny side. It's a pleasure having you here. What's your name?
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here. Real quick.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is the merchant man.
Good.
You asked a question, what you have learned about the
If
pandemic.
you learned anything.
Okay, Joyce, I learned a lot of things. I learned that the truth was what they wanted you to hear and believe.
Okay.
That truth you believe on your own. There was a time we discussed on this platform, where does the truth lie? Or where do we get the truth? Some people said different types of things. But I realized during the COVID that what they wanted you to hear is what the truth was all about. Then.
So wait, are you saying that they told us the truth? Or you said you were told the truth by your own observation?
I wasn't told the truth.
Oh.
They made us to understand that COVID functioned the way it functioned, and people who came up with their own analysis or their observation were shut down.
Okay.
They were gagged. Their accounts were either deleted from Twitter or Facebook. If you come up with different opinion, you will be either hushed down to not to speak what you realize or what you observe as the truth.
Okay.
People were confined inside their houses, and different things were going on. They were telling us a number of thousands of people and millions of people who were dying across the world, and we never saw them until some people went to some of the cemeteries. They said that they buried a lot of people, only for some of them to discover that empty coffins were buried in most cemeteries across the world.
All right.
Then some people came up with local way to treat the vaccine, especially from African region. These people came up with verifiable evidences of what they believe would have cured COVID, which was verifiable. But in as much as it was coming from Africa, they said no, that such thing never existed. So that was when I began to believe that this was a ploy to either establish something which eventually became what it is. And some people I saw in the media, I started having disrespect over most of them because they gave this thing a hype. But I respected you because then you stood on the side of the people who were shouting that these things are not the way it was being carried out. I remember a particular popular voice note on Nigeria Info that they can't fight insecurity in the north. If they want to force me to take COVID vaccine, instead of it, I will die. I would rather die than to take the vaccine. We are seeing what is going on. A thrombosis, thrombocytopenia
What in heaven is that?
that is one of the effects of the AstraZeneca.
Yeah.
That is one of the effects, yeah. TTS is one of the effects.
All right.
Now, people who took it will realize that they did themselves more harm than they were told they were doing good. Thank you very much.
Well,
Joyce.
thank you very much for calling. So we don't know for the harm part because I would not like to be the one who rattles you. I would just like to share with you You make of it what you will. My name's Joyce. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. Oh, yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean. The sunny side. My name's Joyce. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Can you hear me? You have to make it back. Good afternoon. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon. You have a minute and a half. Make it.
You have Emmanuel from
Good to have you. Good to have you.
One thing I learned, was that you need to be patient.
Okay.
Don't rush, to sink in every information, that is given to you by government.
But time was of the essence. It was time. We didn't even have time, at least the way the news reported the virus or the pandemic.
I know. It was preached as if everybody was going to die of the vaccine. Or you are not doing your environment good, because you are going to spread the virus if you don't take the virus. I didn't take it. I'm alive today. I'm speaking to Joyce.
Oh, well, nice meeting you.
Yeah. Another thing I learned, was that we Africans seems to have some, should I say, hormones or genes in us, that makes us a bit different. If we have to go by the news, of the killings, the death, caused by COVID, at least by the Western world, vis-a-vis Africa, because they told us that we are going to pick corpses on our streets. And that didn't happen, they were also surprised. And then leaders are not honest. I learned that again.
Really?
Johnson having party, in 10 Downing Street.
Okay.
And then the separation, between world powers, talking about if the virus broke out in Africa, in one of the African countries.
No, I didn't. Hold on. Wait. I'm off on a break. I didn't hear that part, though. We'll be right back, Lagos. What you learned is the topic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Football Fan Festival in Nigeria is back. It's Goal Fest 2024, featuring exhilarating games, food, comedy, live music by some of the Nigerian musician superstars, and you can watch the UEFA Champions League final on a super huge screen. Goal Fest 2024 will take place on the 1st of June at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Amadabella Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 12 noon. Limited tickets available. Get your tickets now at www.goalfestnigeria.com or at 267A at VI Lagos. Goal Fest 2024 is powered by Femi and the Gang and Football Republic. Proudly refreshed by Pepsi. Ladies and gentlemen,
boys and girls, introducing the first of its kind in Nigeria.
The first radio just for kids. It's here at 101.7 Kids FM.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes.
It's going to be fun for kids on airwaves 24/7.
Talking about from exciting games
check
to juicy gist,
double check,
and great music.
Super check.
All these and more on your number one station, 107 Kids FM.
Don't be the last to join the train. Download the Kids FM app on your iOS or Play Store today and stay tuned on the go.
You can stream on our website at kidsfm.ng.
You can also follow us on all socials at kidsfm.ng and stand a chance to be one of the super kids.
On 101.7 Kids FM. Remember, it's no dull moments on Kids FM.
So tune in and stay locked on 101.7 Kids FM.
Let's play.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3.
.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Welcome to the show. My name's Joyce. What you learned from the last pandemic, I'm collecting from you this afternoon. My name's Joyce. Welcome to Way of Note. Good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah, it's Emmanuel again. My two last points.
Okay.
So I
Real
was
quick.
saying there is a difference, between the Western world and Africa. See that virus broke out in one of the African countries. I'm sure the country will be different. I mean, treated differently the way they treated China.
Yeah.
Because the world. My last point is there's this state that was on lockdown in Nigeria.
Hold on. Have you heard of gain of function research? Gain of function research. So it wasn't.
No.
Okay, good. No. So it wasn't just China. So that's the problem with the way the news told that story.
Then,
did you hear that Fauci was alleged to have been the sponsor for the research in China?
No.
So there's a little bit more looking into you may need to do.
Then my last point was Governor Seyi Makinde, who never locked down Ibadan.
Okay.
That is Oyo State. I think we need to examine that man, and then his style of governance, and then ask him if probably we can, the information he had, why he didn't lock down Oyo State. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you. 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm a few seconds away from that moment where I get to bring to you the update. One is in the studio, and all her. How tall are you, girl? 5'5". 5'5". All right. 5'4". We're ready for the update on Nigeria Info.
When people need to be heard.
With interviews that matter.
Trust your number one talk station to have you covered.
93 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
You're listening to the news updates this hour. A court has granted a 300 million naira bail to former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele following his arraignment on a 4-count charge of printing new naira notes without due process. Emefiele pleaded not guilty when the charge was brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The ex-CBN governor is the sole defendant in the charge before Justice Marian Anini of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory in Maitama. Other conditions attached to the bill include that he should produce 2 sureties who must each possess titled property within the Maitama area of the Federal Capital Territory. Meanwhile, the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 general election, Peter Obi, says Nigeria's judiciary is witnessing an undeniable decline. The LP standards bearer says there are a few good judges in the country, but generally speaking, the situation is worrisome and a threat to the future of the nation. Delivering a keynote speech at the 5th memorial of Justice Anthony Nemeka Anyagolu at the Godfrey Okoye University in Enugu, Obi said there was a lot to learn from the integrity of the late Justice of the Supreme Court. He spoke on the subject titled The Role of the Judiciary in Shaping Nigeria's Future. Moving on, the principal suspect behind the early morning mosque explosion in Gadon Village, Gezawa local government area of Kano State has been arrested. The Kano State Commissioner of Police, Hussein Gumal, said 38-year-old Shafiu Abubakar had been arrested over the incident. According to him, the suspect had confessed to attacking the mosque because of a long-standing family dispute over inheritance sharing. The CP said that preliminary forensic analysis indicated that the explosion was caused by a petrol bomb and a detailed investigation is ongoing. And on the foreign scene, the Ukrainian army says it has been forced to withdraw soldiers from some of its positions in the northeast Ukrainian region. The army said that the position had been the target of a new Russian offensive in recent days. The Ukrainian General Staff announced that it moved to more advantageous positions in order to save the lives of soldiers and avoid casualties. Russia launched a new offensive on Kharkiv last week. That's the news update, Lagos. This is still the Sunny Side with Joyce. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The telenovelas of radio information. More news.
More conversations.
More information.
More sports.
And more talk.
Nigerians station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
But that's not the point. The point is AstraZeneca withdraws COVID-19 vaccines worldwide. Now, I want to read you their statement. So this was published 6 days ago. In their statement, and I quote, AstraZeneca said the decision was made because there is now a variety of new vaccines available that have been adapted to target COVID-19 variants. This had led to a decline in demand for the AstraZeneca vaccine, which is no longer being manufactured or supplied. End quote. Did you get it? So according to AstraZeneca, the reason they are reporting this, or the way they're reporting the reason for their withdrawal of the vaccine, is that they didn't improve on the variants and brands improved on their variants, and as such they are having to withdraw. Come in, honey. They're having to withdraw the vaccine off the market, right? Good. Welcome to the show, 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. My name is Joyce. If you have just tuned in, I'm asking you, what did you learn, observe, find, discover from the last pandemic? I want to just know. I mean, hey, you may not have been aware. And when I say aware, I mean you heard it, but no other awareness occurred to you. Maybe curiosity, suspicion, fear, faith. Hey, I think many of you had faith, which is not a bad thing. If you have faith, I'd like to hear it. But I'm just following up on a moving story that's developing, which is the withdrawal of AstraZeneca vaccine from the market. In another 10 minutes that I'm going to play in your hearing, news reporting. I wanted to do around the world. At least I wanted to do as many countries as possible, but there's no time for that. So I'll just play you the news reporting in some countries and then open up the telephone lines again, just so that you hear what you hear, and then you let me know what you can do about what you've heard, or at least you let me know what you understand from what you've heard. My name's Joyce. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. The Godfather on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. Hello, welcome to the show. You must turn up the volume of your radio set. Make it back then. The sunny side. Good afternoon. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Good afternoon, sister.
Afternoon to you. Thank you.
May God bless you. I have been waiting for this topic. I'm telling you.
What did you learn?
COVID was a manipulation to reduce the population of the world. I learned that the brigade wanted to give cheap February, March 2020. But because of the counter-attack, we even give them through that the free show that time, so that even put me a microchip. So
no, wait. I'm speaking about COVID, not the chipping. The chipping is a different conversation.
Okay, yes. Let me tell you, say, it was they're trying to reduce the world by some doctors being paid to instigate by force. FALSE, not FORCE.
Yeah, but that's what, are you assuming this, or do you know it? Are you assuming?
It happened. I'm not assuming it happened.
But they told you that the whole idea of vaccinating people was to keep them from dying.
No. It is not for us not to die. It is to reduce the population of the world. I went to where they call Abekoko between Ogun State and Lagos. People went there, they even reach 200 million. If you go to Ika Bagadre, 100 million. If you go to Obela, Edo State, if you go to my village, we even reach 300 million. And one person there for that place said they want to reduce the world. Now, right, when France said they wanted to take the vaccine in Africa, Makenwa and Droba, we are shouting on them. Why do they want to test it in Africa? Why did WHO...
No, it wasn't tested. Well, so there's a part of the news that suspects or that suggests that the vaccine was banned. AstraZeneca was banned in other countries, or the use was stopped. No, but I don't think that it was only just experimented in Africa. I just wanted to highlight that.
So yes, I'm coming to that. So when Droba and the Makenwa banned it, so they did not allow Madagascar vaccine to thrive and the Mauritius experiment to thrive. Why didn't China allow WHO to enter during the peak of COVID to go and check the cause of the
So what did you learn? You just learned that.
What I learned is that one, defeat. Number two, number three, trying to put microchip for communist body if I allow, so that if I carry on the go.
Okay, no. So you have to stop. You have to stop. You sound very disoriented. You have to stop. Well, thank you very much for calling. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so welcome to the show, Nigeria Info. Hey, it's good to have you here. Make it back. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, Joyce.
You want to turn off the volume of your radio set?
It's off already.
Good. What did you learn?
Yes, this is the one of Odobolu. You know, we, as a man of God, I know that this thing will come to pass. More are still coming. But the question is, how prepared are we? That is never...
Hold on a second. What did you learn? I don't want you to
what I learned is that what the world is telling us, what World Health is telling us that time is real truth.
Okay.
It's the real truth, 100% truth. There's nothing like lie there. No experiment of anywhere.
Okay.
It's the truth. And more are still coming. We should get ready for the more that is coming. That one will be worse than the one that have come.
All right.
And anybody that survive it, we know that it's in the side of God. But if you didn't survive it, that will say you know the other side of it. So we should prepare for the more dangerous one that is coming. That's my own view on it. Thank you.
The sunny side, you're listening to Nigeria Info.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for calling.
I'm Sunday. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Good to have you here. It's good to have you. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I actually learned from COVID-19 virus, that the prevention they brought in assisting us as African as ledge, is that it actually it actually works for majority of people who take in. And there was a time I even rejected of not taking it where I was working. But they look at it that in my working place, they make it more compulsory as constraint, forcing people without your will to take the vaccine. And it has gotten to the extent that even me, it led me to a kind of a misunderstanding between I and my manager that I was working with closely. Was pressurizing me that if I cannot take it, I won't be able to be working with him. That these things, they make it constrained as a force. And it wasn't a willing thing. So I learned a lot, and there is no freedom of expression, no freedom of egalitarian society, where somebody will be regarded in its own particular rights to be accepted. But unfortunately, I learned a lot about these things.
So wait, what did you learn? So did you feel it was beneficial to you? Did you appreciate the work of the WHO, UNICEF?
Yeah, initially I didn't take it as I was not interested.
Okay.
Because the way I see my nature of health, I hardly felt sick. It's kind of my nature of health. So when a man doesn't feel sick and you see yourself always hardworking, so when situation like that comes, so what will be the outcome? You feel like not even interested of the vaccine. So that was how I
You
feel
appreciate
then.
the vaccine.
So unfortunately,
that
I was.
You appreciate that you took the vaccine. Okay.
Yeah, at the end, they made me to take it by force. When I took it once. So they now said I should come back for the second time.
Yeah.
But I couldn't go again. I resisted myself.
Oh, why?
So I had to stay back.
Why did you go? Why didn't you go?
The issue is that, you see, something that I'm not interested of.
Okay. All right.
It must be a willing thing.
Okay. Right.
That is the reason. It's not that it's bad. It's okay. But when I take it, I regain. I think there is a difference.
Okay.
At the end, there's the difference.
All right. Good.
So that's what I just want to share.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Welcome to Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. Sorry, I lost you. Make it back. Good afternoon to you, the sunny side.
Hello, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here.
This is Falake from Congo.
Good.
So I'm making this call in remembrance of one of my uncle that died during that COVID-19, Ari Akonde.
Oh, okay.
The land of Ibadosha, something like that. He died during that time. And at the same time, there's this one of my guy that make his millions during that time. There's this drugs in our company. I work in one of these from Square company.
You work where? Pardon me. You work where?
In one, can I name it?
Oh, no. I just wanted the reference. So what do you work?
Company.
Pharmaceutical company.
Yes.
There you go.
So there is this drug that people ask for during those periods. So he makes his millions. So many other people.
What drug was that?
It's KD product. So you have a lot of drugs like that.
Yeah, but which one were people demanding for during the COVID period?
Costly, and gas refund.
Oh, okay.
So
never heard it.
He makes his million, and so COVID-19 is a time. We don't pray for something like that, but if there is a problem like that, there is a way that you can easily manage it to make your way out.
So when you say make your way out, are you referring to the benefit that your boss made, which is he made money?
Yes, to make money from it.
Okay, good. But now you're looking at it from one lens alone. You're looking at it from the benefit of making money. And I'm not asking you not to look at that. But I'm wondering if you learned anything else. Because would you want to be making money? Okay.
To be proactive. Those people that make vaccine, I'm not blaming them. I thank them.
Okay.
Because that is what we want our Nigerian government to be proactive. If there is any situation, be proactive, take control, take action, and
good.
If you have taken the vaccine, I pray nothing will happen to you, and if not, I don't pray that something will happen. But you have to be proactive.
Yeah, but so your version of proactiveness, I want you to nail it down for me. Did you pay any attention to the way the news was reported? I'm curious. That's really the question I'm asking today. Did you pay any attention to the way the COVID gist was reported? Did you sense anything besides the fact that your boss was making money, which you would love to see happen again? But did you just decide, well,
I don't
we
want to
can
see it happen again?
You didn't. Okay, but did you notice anything?
No. Although I've been hearing reports that some people, when they put magnets in their body, it will affect it.
But you just
pray for such
nothing. Okay.
But we need to be proactive, Sha.
Thank you.
In any situation.
Thank you for calling. Yeah. I appreciate you calling in. The sunny side. Good afternoon. Did she just say it as well? I don't have a problem with it. The only time I have a problem when people say it's well is when they do nothing about everything and then resign with the statement, it's well. It frustrates me. Hello. Welcome. Afternoon. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is D.A. Akimbo.
Thank you very much for calling. So real quick, did you learn anything, observe anything, find anything?
Honestly, my sister, this topic has really come at a very right time. Because personally, 2 days ago, I was just going through the whole thing, the experiences that we had during the COVID. And I came to the conclusion that the world is just completely empty. Because COVID has proven that we are not prepared for the unknown.
Okay.
When you look at the casualty figures, even in the advanced democracies, in countries where there are health system is top-notch.
Skype.
You're talking about Germany, Italy, Spain, even America. The casualties were so astronomical to the point that if it had hit Africa the same way, it would have been something else.
All right.
And some of the lessons that we should have learned, unfortunately, the black race did not. Upon all the donations across the world, our health care system has not even improved. Instead of pumping such money to bring our health system to a very global standard, we failed to do that. And that is very, very unfortunate. So there are a lot of, and those who are still thinking that it was a conspiracy theory, like our comrade, I want to beg him to think again.
So did you just hear me
report?
Did you just hear me report that AstraZeneca vaccine has been withdrawn from the markets globally?
Honestly, I'm just hearing it from you.
Wow. Okay, well, sit back. I have gist for you then. Thank you very much for calling.
No problem.
All right, so let me just get into the heart of the matter. 19 minutes past 1 p.m. If you give me a moment, I'm really just going to try to touch on the nerve of some of the things I'm trying to bring to your hearing. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. So I did tell you, I'm beginning from AstraZeneca's reporting of why they're withdrawing vaccines globally. So they say they began the worldwide withdrawal of its COVID-19 vaccine due to surplus of available updated vaccines, in quote. Surplus of available updated vaccines that target new variants of the virus. So they're not giving you any other reason but the fact that, well, we have our vaccine in the market. It's not updated to accommodate for new variants that are mutating, and as such, we'd like to withdraw. But this is a global withdrawal. The announcement follows the pharmaceutical company in March voluntarily withdrawing its European Union marketing authorization, which is the approval to market a medicine in member states. But here is something I found, according to a UK report. I went to the UK health website. This is what the UK government reports, and I quote, "The UK government stopped using AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine in winter of 2021. In May 2024, AstraZeneca withdrew the vaccine, which now has changed its name to Vaxzevria. Vaxzevria. From sale in other countries." So I wondered why they changed the name, but I guess that's not necessarily important now. I want to share this audio with you. If you're on Skype, please, I want you to wait. I'm going to call Skype callers in a moment. So if you're on Skype, I ask you to please just give me a moment. I want to play some audio, but don't call me because you would be interrupting the audio. In a moment, I would open up that opportunity where Skype callers can call in and leave me their commentary. Remember, you are at liberty to agree or disagree. Everything I'm telling you, you can Google. It's on the web. You can find out for yourself. And so I chose the not so complicated data to report to you. Okay, welcome to Nigeria Info. It's the sunny side. So where are we? Here we are.
The World Health Organization says there's no reason to stop the use of the Oxford AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine. The statement comes after Bulgaria, Romania and Thailand joined 3 Scandinavian countries in suspending inoculations with this particular vaccine. They were reacting to reports of blood clots in some people who'd received the shot, although there is no evidence of any link.
We can say that, yes, blood clots are happening after vaccination, but they're almost certainly not caused by the vaccinations.
There's nothing to suggest a causal link between clots and the vaccine.
This is Sky News 2021 reporting.
So there seems no reason to be worried about either vaccine being used in the UK rollout.
AstraZeneca
2024 Sky News reporting.
Admits COVID vaccine can cause rare side effect. They're currently in court for the first time that the COVID jab can cause a deadly blood clotting side effect.
AstraZeneca has told a British court that its COVID vaccine can cause a rare side effect which can lead to blood clots and low platelet count. The company is currently facing a barrage of class action suits in the UK.
The AstraZeneca company So far, and I'm really not exaggerating it, and I tried not to, I was able to discover that there are 75 lawsuits against AstraZeneca in the UK alone. Now, lawyers of the persons who are instituting the suit against AstraZeneca are complaining that they have either lost family members, they now have severe injury for which they need AstraZeneca to come forward and be accountable. There's also another video that I wanted to play, and this is a little too long. I just wish I could. Here is Wimbledon 2021. The creators of, I don't know if they were necessarily the creators or maybe the bosses with the company AstraZeneca, went to watch the tennis game, Wimbledon 2021, and this was the standing ovation that they got.
Representatives of organisations who have contributed so much in the nation's response to the pandemic and who have helped to make this Wimbledon possible. Today, they include leaders who have developed the anti-COVID vaccines,
This went on for a solid 1 minute 30 seconds. Okay. So, NHS and the creators of AstraZeneca vaccine were at Wimbledon in
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now, launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Oh, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Football Fan Festival in Nigeria is back. It's Goal Fest 2024, featuring exhilarating games, food, comedy, live music by some of the Nigerian musician superstars, and you can watch the UEFA Champions League final on a super huge screen. Goal Fest 2024 will take place on the 1st of June at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Amadabella Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 12 noon. Limited tickets available. Get your tickets now at www.goalfestnigeria.com or at 267A at Timian Crescent, VI Lagos. Goal Fest 2024 is powered by Femi and the Gang and Football Republic. Proudly refreshed by Pepsi.
Mental Sports, Mental Sports, Mental Sports. A new and unique kind of sporting event is in town. How fast and accurately can you answer a factual math question like 34 multiplied by 81 divided by 12 without a calculator, paper, or pen? Children's Day Great Mental Sports Bonanza is a fun, game, and competitive event fashioned to make youngsters in upper primary, junior, and senior secondary discover and grow their mental calculations and active memory abilities whilst having fun and winning lots of prizes and medals. Watch greatness perform live and learn new tricks from him. Lagosians, go to www.greatmentalsports.com to register. Build your mental muscles by participating in the quiz session. Participation is free. The venue will be sent by email. For sponsorship, please call 0706 085 0698 or send an email to Antonio@greatmentalsports.com. Media partners Wazobia FM and Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to your #1 talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the Sony side, so it's 28 minutes past 1 p.m. Okay, before I share some information with you, I want to let you in on court documents, and I'm just going to, you can Google it, all right? April of 2024, AstraZeneca admits in court. AstraZeneca admits its COVID vaccine can cause rare side effects in court documents for the first time. They admitted for the first time in court documents that its COVID vaccine can cause a rare side effects in an apparent about turn that could pave way for a multi-million pound legal payout. This is reported by a number of UK publications and media houses. And if the news reports it that way, remember how I reported to you that AstraZeneca reported the news to you. I believe they knew that you would go on Google and do something like, why did AstraZeneca withdraw its vaccines? And what you would find would be AstraZeneca's statement that says the decision was made because there is a low variety of new vaccines available that have been adapted to target COVID-19 variants. If we stop there, you see AstraZeneca is giving you a note that suggests it's not because of the side effects, is because their vaccines are not updated. But court documents suggest that AstraZeneca, for the first time in 2024, admitted that their vaccines have side effects. So two different reportings, depending on what they want you to hear, or depending on what you're looking for, well, behold the news. So this is me sharing the news with you. I'll open up the telephone lines in a moment so you can react to what you have just heard. But first, David wants to tell us something.
Yes, I do have some information for you, and it is that money will be given away on this show and 2 shows after that. I believe in the evening, you'd also be getting your share of 150K daily. That's about as much as we are giving out every other day. It doesn't stop there, because on the weekends, not the weekends actually, on Friday actually, a huge amount of money, I'm talking 500,000 naira large, is going to be given away. And all you have to do to be one of those who could be a winner is picking up your phone to dial *347*880# or going on the open internet at www.1play.ng, and just like that, your ticket will be in the draws. Now once you get to oneplay.ng, make your station and play with 500 naira, your ticket would actually then be in the draws. Now make sure you are playing responsibly, playing with only what you can afford to do that with, and also make sure you're above the age of 18, because we don't do minors over here. One Play is a registered trademark under Lasher Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. Start playing, start winning, and start being happy.
I'm giving away money this afternoon for sure.
Yeah, I did.
For certain, actually. *347*880*3#.
Yes.
You play now, then you're guaranteed it could be you before the sun sets. But then again, except you play, how else can you win? The winning isn't promised to you, but at least you can guarantee that it could be you if you play *347*880*3# on your phone, or you go to the website www.oneplay.ng.
Yes, it is. Now, if you are the type of person that loves your entertainment, you love your comedy, and you're a fan of comedy, then you should be puckering up your ears to this one. Draw closer to your radio. Why? Because Kelly Blind is back, and he is going to be doing his thing on the 16th of 2024. Yes, the show is titled Kelly Blind Unusual, the Testimony Edition, and it will be happening at 6 o'clock on the 16th of May 2024. Of course, I said that before, but I'm not scared to say it again, because you have to know. Now, why else do you have to be there? It's because there's going to be comedians and musicians alike, so you would laugh just as much as you will dance, and you will dance just as much as you will laugh. That is why I'm pleased to tell you that Clint the Drunk will be there, MC Shakara will be there, MC Danfo will be there, and Phase of Golden Oldie is going to be there. African China is going to be there, another Golden Oldie, and of course Fred the Comedian, Short Family, and many others. Now, as for the venue, it will be happening at the Swiss International Hotel, plot 4 and 5 Road 8D, inside VGC Lekki, Aja, Lagos. You can get your tickets at www.ariatickets.com or at any Ebano supermarket you can find around you. Go there and get your ticket. For more inquiries, call 006 081 0852 or 0805 478 6071. Now take that again, 006 081 0852 or 0805 478 6071. This event is packaged by Ziki Media Concepts. Go out there and get yourself some laughs. It's good for you.
Come in here. .9 Nigeria Info. Okay, now if you're on Skype, you can call me now. Oh, good Lord. Skype callers, yes, get in. Good afternoon, Joyce. Please, I have a question. What do we say to those that called people against COVID and COVID vaccines conspiracy theorists? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I even heard of stories where families were broken up because of the COVID situation, where some were for, others were against, and it was so intense that some families got into a kind of disagreement that caused separation. Well, I don't know. I've had my own fair share of people putting their nose in the air. It's not like I care, but I think not caring. If they called you, except you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing and then they call you something about it, you can't care for what their opinions hold or what they say. But the question is, do you know what you're doing? Because it's a tough fight. It's tough in the sense that it's the majority and the minority. So you must know a thing well enough, clear enough to die by it. You must know it. So you couldn't care whether someone agrees or not. You couldn't care about that. The question is, well, do you know it? Someone says, well, then Joyce, what do they mean when they say not updated? You can't be asking me. It's the news I'm reporting to you. So it just tells you how the news can be reported. And again, I've shown you 2 different instances where it could be said differently. So one can say one thing, the other can say something else. I even have another one for you, but probably not today. In the meantime, let's go to Skype. Skype callers want my attention, and they have it. Hello, Skype. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for calling.
Hello, Joyce.
Yeah. Are you having lunch?
Afternoon.
Why don't you call me until you're done with lunch? Why are you eating and speaking at the same time? Why don't you call me when you're done eating?
No, I'm not eating. I'm just chewing gum, so I'll remove it. Then.
Okay.
Sorry for that. Yeah. Africa. That when some people are saying.
What's your name and where you're calling from? Because you can tell us a story from where you're calling from.
I'm Abiola. I'm calling from Manchester. Okay. When people are saying it's as if the black race is cursed, sometimes you used to fight them.
Yeah.
But I've stopped fighting people. I've stopped because sometimes when you see something, you're just like, what is going on with the black man?
No, hold on a second. You don't agree with that. Tell me you don't agree with that.
I don't agree. I agree with it. I agree with it that something is wrong with black.
Why would you say that?
Just let me line.
If you're on Skype, I beg you. Hold on. My next call on Skype, could you please wait? I promise you I'm going to give you time of day, but one at a time, okay? Thank you. Go ahead.
So I agree with that. Let me land, Joyce. You see, when some of these things happen, let's come economically. When I was in school.
Hold on, Skype, I beg you. If you're on Skype, please just hold on a second. If you're on Skype, please wait for me. I beg you. I have a caller on Skype at the moment, and I can only take you one after the other. So go ahead, my caller from Manchester.
So when I was in school, I was a student of economics. When my lecturer was talking about this issue of interest rate, this economic policy, I would start fighting them. I would start fighting my lecturer. And I was asking, I said, this thing, I don't believe it works in Nigeria. Because I have not seen people who have done the data collection, who have done the population collection, that you will come here and be telling me, kini percent. The Oyibo people have grown beyond those things. They can do it. Let African develop what suits them.
Hold on a second, though. You're just being critical of Africans. Remember that this is a global story. This is not. If you're on Skype, I beg you. If you're on Skype, please, one at a time. I beg you, please, Skype callers, I beg you. I'm on Skype right now. Okay, go ahead.
Joyce, it does not matter. It's the same way we have malaria, that we have a lot of agbo. I don't know the definition of agbo in English. A lot of herbs in that country that we can use to solve our malaria problem, our typhoid problem, all manner of diseases, all manner of sickness. Those herbs are there.
Okay.
And we were not developing them. And so we come to Oyinbo man to come and buy all manner of whatever drug the Oyinbo man have done. It's the same way we have people in Nigeria here who will order pizza from UK, from America, to bring it to Nigeria for them to eat. When African man have a lot, when Nigeria
okay,
have
hold
a
on a
lot
second.
of
To be
those
fair, this whole gist about it's not really, I think you want Nigerians to be more proactive. But
Joyce,
this today,
I'm not concerned about what
Skype
what
now.
my problem
Skype, I
is
beg
that
you. Skype, please, just wait. I'm on Skype already. I'm with a caller on Skype already. And the more you call in, the more you're interrupting. So I beg you, Skype. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's because people are angry with you. Joyce, you will, let me just quickly round off.
Please.
I will round off now.
Yeah.
But my point is that Nigeria. Are you with me?
I'm
Joyce?
with you.
Yeah, in the same way. You know, there was a time I was angry with your station about this guy who said they want under Buhari they want Nigeria want Nigerians want people to be picking money on the road. And you are replying now. You know that is not what Nigeria wants. You said what the guy was asking you. What does Nigeria want? It is that same mentality of Babylon mentality that the APC government have taken the country into. And so we are not looking at our own indigenous way of doing things, our own indigenous way of developing our economy, our own indigenous way of developing our mental health, our medical strategy, our automobile. Everything we want to go to Oyinbo.
Okay.
Our legislator want to buy car the other time. Where did they go? Innocent is there. Where did they went to buy those cars? It does not concern me what is going on in the world. What concerns me is that Africa or Nigeria has everything to develop and grow and move forward, but we are still looking at the face or at the eyes of some people somewhere to get whatever they want to get. That is my problem.
Okay. But oh, good heavens. Skype, please now, I beg you. Skype, give me 2 minutes. Okay, so you, my friend a caller from the UK, this issue of AstraZeneca and vaccine, you know, it was a global situation. It's global. It's a global problem.
Joyce, I don't care if it is heaven and earth problem.
Okay.
I said, Joyce.
I got it. I just don't want you to make Nigerians solely responsible.
I'm telling you, even that COVID, there is herb in that country. If we have a good medical people who will bring out something from that herb, from those our leaf, from those our tree, that will cure it.
Okay, thank you.
What would our leaders still do? Our leaders will still go to America now.
Thank you. Really, I appreciate it, all right? Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you're on Skype, look, I really want to talk to you, but once I announce that I'm with a caller on Skype, you have to at least allow me finish with the caller on Skype before I'm able to speak to you, which would probably be, I beg you, please. I'm managing here, trying to be all things to all men. Please, one at a time. So if you're on Skype, you can call me now. Now. The first 5 seconds. So I'll speak to you and then go to the telephone lines and then come right back to Skype. By the way, you're here.
Yes, I am definitely here to tell you that the NMPC, in line with its initiative, to improve energy sufficiency in the country, is commissioning 3 critical gas infrastructure projects. And one of them is the ANO gas processing plant designed to process 300 million standard cubic feet of gas. It's located in Asa, Imo State. The other being the 23.3 36-inch gas pipeline from Asa North or Anohaji South primary treatment facility to OB3 custody transfer metering station. And the other being the AHL gas processing plant GPP2 in Kwale, Delta State, designed to process 200 million standard cubic feet of gas per day. Now, the ceremony will be performed by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, on Wednesday, May the 15th, 2024. And the time will be 10 a.m. The venue will be Imo and Delta States. So be there.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Welcome. Okay, so Skype caller. Ooh. Welcome. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I just wanted to chip in something. So
oh, sure. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, and you can go ahead.
It's OC, I'm calling back.
Okay.
There's a delay. It's around 2 minutes delay. So from when you give your instruction to when we hear, and then we don't get to hear the instruction real time.
Immediately. Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, and for some of us, like although I listen on my desktop, for those who use your phone, they're definitely gonna miss that instruction not to call. So that's why, you see the back and forth. Like it looks like when you're listening, but yeah, there's a 2 minutes delay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. 0700 993 993 993 and 0201 465 7190. Turn up the volume of your radio set. So, this is not to drive you into a panic. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. So you asked, my name is Samuel.
Welcome, Sam. Where are you calling me from?
I'm from Sulere.
Okay, are you afraid?
No, I'm not afraid.
All right.
You asked about what we've actually learned during the COVID.
Yeah, and particularly now that AstraZeneca has been withdrawn, and I'm also trying to paint you a picture of how the story of the withdrawal is being placed in the face of the public. Court documents say one thing, AstraZeneca is saying something else. So there you have it.
Yes, the thing is that you wouldn't blame AstraZeneca for publishing that because they wouldn't want to come out straight.
You wouldn't blame. What did you just say? What did you say?
I said you wouldn't blame AstraZeneca.
For real?
For posting, that because that is what they want people to believe.
Okay.
And I know there is an ulterior motive. Sure, you understand. There are other things related to it, which they wouldn't want to come out and say not.
Why do you feel there are other things related? So hold on a second. Now let's work this out. Why do you feel there are other things related to it? You don't know that there are other things related to it.
Because initially. Sorry to cut you short. Initially, while the Nigerian government brought AstraZeneca to Nigeria during the COVID time, I was a little bit I don't know how to put it. I was skeptical about it. That okay, why are we taking AstraZeneca here in Nigeria and the people in the UK were taking Pfizer? And I heard that even the political class were taking the Pfizer vaccine. So that was when I started doubting it. That me myself, I never took it. When it was the first or second, and I fought with them at work, and I told them they were going against my fundamental human rights. That they can't force me to take something that I'm not willing to. So that was when I knew that, okay, I think there's an ulterior motive to this thing. And the things I've actually learned during that COVID era was that the first one was that no matter what happens in this world, no matter what happens to Nigerians, the Nigerian government does not care. There was no palliative, there was nothing. They just told everybody to go back inside their house to die of hunger. And, everybody just moved on as if nothing happened. Right. You understand? The other one was that, no matter what happens to the Nigerians, the religious leaders, they created an alternative means to still collect their tithe and offering through transfers and that was when Nigeria started knowing that, okay, they could actually serve their God in their house or any other places apart from going to the church. So another thing I also learned was that the elite manipulated this COVID stuff.
Why?
To benefit
How?
themselves.
Oh, like to make money?
I mean, the political class. Yes, they manipulated the whole stuff.
Yeah.
To enrich themselves, and so to the average Nigerian, the COVID era wasn't, wasn't something they really want to go back to.
Well, so unfortunately, you don't make the determination. You're in the world, and the world is happening to you. Except you know a way to comprehend the world, you are going to be the one always at the receiving end. You have to learn the world. You have to know how the world works. Okay, good then. So brace up for the next pandemic.
Yes. Yes, definitely. We are waiting.
All right. Look, I'm glad that you're well, and thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate. Thank you. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. 48 minutes past 1 p.m. If you're on, please just give me a moment. My attention is needed. Just a minute, probably a minute and a half. If you're on Skype, just wait for me, I beg you. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your patience and understanding. I'm about to catch my breath. Nigeria Info, the sunny side. My name's Joyce. Okay, Skype caller, hello and welcome. Thank you very much for understanding. I appreciate. Thank you. Your name?
Hello, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just speak up for me, because I'm trying not to lose my music. I'm loving it today in the studio. Yeah. Welcome. What's your name? Who are you calling from? And this AstraZeneca story.
My name is Austin from Netherlands.
Okay, good, Austin.
Yeah, concerning the issue you are discussing, I feel like people should actually look at the advantages that come with the COVID instead of just criticizing the situation.
Oh, no, I'm painting a picture, and we're discussing the picture I am painting. So except you have something, if you have an advantage you want to share, I have no problem with that. So you can tell us your advantage, but I'm painting a picture here.
I see what you were doing. Like, they have to find some of those people that provide the vaccine, and they're going through a lot. Like the law is not by their side, that they have a lot of case call to attend to. But they should also understand that during the time of this COVID, all hands were on deck. Everybody was just looking for a means to sustain the life, because nobody actually knew if the human race was going to survive as at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, we were told that the human race was a threat, but whether that statement is true is debatable, because I would disagree with that.
But even though we decide to debate about it now because we skipped through that process, it's kind of a little bit irrelevant to compare to at that particular time.
Yeah,
that's where the only time that somebody will ask you to sit at home, even though you have something to do, and you will sit at home respectively. You wouldn't argue with the person, because everybody was just scared. If someone cough in front of you, you feel, oh, does this person have COVID? Am I going to die?
Yeah.
But the fact that we skipped through that process and now the people are being crucified, I don't feel is
Okay.
is okay.
Well, so the problem, pardon me, I'm going to object to what you're saying, and let me explain why I'm objecting. So even though you may have felt fear, there are people, whether it's the Netherlands, Switzerland, UK, America, who did object. In fact, if you're on social media, you would have found people who objected, reporting threats to their jobs or actual or outright firing. People lost jobs. People were ostracized. People were marginalized, people were hushed, people were intimidated, and they were not in Nigeria, they were in other countries. So while you may have felt fear, other people did not feel fear. And they were fighting it based off of what they knew. So I can understand your argument, but you can only be speaking for yourself, because even in that moment when the news was reporting threats to all of human existence, people stood up in objection. Scientists, researchers, virologists, people who knew about cell mutation, virus, were all speaking up. Doctors were speaking up. People were losing their jobs and were happy to lose their jobs off of what they knew. So you may say you have fear and your fear informed your decision, but you can't speak for the man next to you. That's what I'm trying to say.
I understand you correctly. You still have to cast your mind back to the Black Death. So we see what happened during the Black Death. Even though people knowingly know what is wrong, we still know that some people are going to object to that on a normal day. Say, for example, the government said, don't smoke. If you smoke, it's going to kill you. We have people that are still going to smoke, but what does the government do? We tax the product just to allow them not to smoke. But this has to do with a case of dying of life, that even though you contact the disease, is not just going to be just for you, you can affect it on other people. So I believe,
okay, just pardon me.
What you said.
Hold on a second. I want to go off on a break. Just hold your breath, okay? Lagos will be right back.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined point. You have just won yourself. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One play, don't talk to two players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira. My name is Well Done. Okay, well done. You want to tell you well done? You won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you.
You can also get it on Jumia and all MedPlus pharmacy nationwide.
Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
Oh, okay. Not even sure how that stopped on me. It's not supposed to. Okay. All right, so Skype caller, you have what? Make it count. About a minute and a half. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I'm still maintaining the standard. We should prosecute those that provide this vaccine. You know, it's not. I don't feel it doesn't sit well with me. You know,
it did not sit well with you. Remember, everything that we are discussing here is based off of proven scientific research. This is not a gut feeling. This is not a moment to vent pent-up rage. This is not a transfer. We're looking at scientific data. We're looking at reporting. We're listening to CEOs speak on this matter. We're looking at manufacturers of vaccines speak on this matter before Congress. We're following the news. And so today, an aspect of the news is our conversation, which is the withdrawal of AstraZeneca from the global market because finally they admit that their vaccines cause damage. This issue of vaccine causing damage is as old as time. In fact, as old as the creation of vaccines. It's just that now scientists are reporting that the COVID vaccine has created more damage in the history of vaccines. It's not my word. It's scientifically stated there. So if you feel that, well, you got vaccinated and you don't want to feel guilty, I'm not making you feel guilty. And I don't judge you. But you can't tell us what to do. That's my point.
Okay. First of all, I did take the vaccine because I never contracted the disease, but I'm saying...
But you see, that's the problem. The way you were thinking, you didn't need to contact the disease when they made it mandatory. You didn't need to. It was forced. You were compelled.
There's an option that if you cannot take it, you have to relegate maybe your job, or you don't have to travel to your job. There was some option that were provided. It was not like it's total mandatory. You have to sacrifice. But in and out, not that I support that the vaccine is causing death, but we all know there is no drug without side effect. Up to the malaria tablet we are taking, there is no drug with side effect. And the government that are prosecuting them ought to have known that they would have carried out their own test in their own laboratory before expecting that vaccine to be imported into their own country. They would have done their own due diligence to know if this vaccine was okay for their citizens.
Yeah, but that's hindsight. There was no time to do research. Have you forgotten?
Just the way there were no time for them to carry out a lot of trials to make sure that the side effects.
So what, the people should pay with their lives? Is that what you're saying at this point?
It's too late. It's too late. Those that have taken the vaccine already, there is nothing that can be done about it.
Well, thank you very much for calling. I appreciate it. Ron, what time is it?
It's 2 o'clock.
It's 2 o'clock. The headlines is next. That was something.
Conversation around the clock.
Everything is interwoven.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.